In the year of our Lord, 2021, why are we still having these basic ass discussions with people who have worms for brains? Everybody say it with me. Because we hate ourselves. Yay. Lil Mama, who many of you may know, if you don't, good for you, is a 31-year-old rapper from New York who, for some dumbass reason, decided to wake up and choose fuckery, as if we hadn't had enough of that already. I have a strong feeling that this probably all stemmed from the interview that Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union's daughter, trans daughter, Zaya, did with Michelle Obama. Because honestly, Zaya could just breathe and these bitches would be bothered. Lil Mama, being the intellectual that she is, chose to share a tweet on her Instagram story that reads as follows. So children are too young to smoke cigarettes, too young to drink alcohol, too young to get a driver's license, too young to go to a club, too young to gamble, too young to rent a car, but old enough to cut off their genitals and or change their gender? This is insanity. Hashtag America. And then she decides to add in her 2 cents that nobody asked for. Depopulation at any cost. Cat fights, sword fights. Used to be a cat. Now I'm a dog. Whatever to stop new life reproduction. I could barely even read that, but okay. And not that she compared smoking, drinking, renting a car, etc. to being trans. But okay. To my fellow straights, why is it that you always blame the LGBT plus community for interfering with the reproduction of the human race? I mean, if you want to point the finger at someone, be mad at millennials, I guess, because, we not really having kids like that. I'm so sorry that most of us can't even afford to have kids because of this country's horrible wealth inequality. And also our planet is dying, so we probably won't be around in 50 years anyway, so who really gives a fuck about reproduction? Motherfuckers always think there's some kind of agenda against reproduction, especially within the Black community. Like, I don't understand how y'all are this fucking stupid. She then decided to go on Instagram Live with the idiot whose tweet she shared, because that's exactly the kind of person you go to discuss gender identity instead of, I don't know, an actual trans person that you could learn a thing or two from. No? Okay. But no, Lil Mama, you didn't do that. You chose to remain ignorant as fuck and still share your very harmful opinions to your large audience. But then, when you get a little rightful backlash, suddenly you're being bullied. Because that's how that works. I'm about to start a heterosexual rights movement, anti-LGBTQ bullying. Y'all fight so hard to be respected, and some of you, not all, get a kick out of bullying people for having an option. How? I guess she meant opinion. At least get your grammar correct. If you're gonna be an ignorant, just get your grammar correct. How they dress, how their hair and or makeup looks, how much money they have, etc. There are so many people afraid to give their honest opinion, because if they do, the LGBTQ plus will hear what they want to hear and take statements out of context. I don't have to prove myself by reminding people that I have loved ones of the LGBTQ plus community. When I speak, I'm not trying to hurt anyone. I'm just speaking my truth, just like you all. AKA, I have Black friends, so obviously I'm not racist. You dumb bitch. And that's why she's performing at pool parties. The pettiness that is on Twitter. You gotta love it. LGBTQ getting executed, jailed, killed, can't marry in majority of countries, face discrimination, rampant homophobia in work and social environments, all initiated by straights. Bullied, mostly jokes made by LGBTQ on internet. Let's start playing the victim. Why is Lil Mama speaking about the lived experiences of transgender people? She does not have the range nor the expertise to speak on a topic she has no range on. How about she speak about the violence towards trans people and specifically Black trans women. Again, bigotry. Lil Mama turning her back on the only people who will stream lip gloss in 2021. First off, can we please fucking stop with the "it's just my opinion" bullshit? There's a difference between just having a different opinion and being an actual bigot.
I think segregation should still exist and whites and blacks should still be separated, but that's just my opinion though.
By refusing to even remotely educate yourself and speak to people in the trans community, honey, you are a bigot. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts around it, sweetie. Also, heterosexual people are not being oppressed. Period. Take it from Zena Sasmizel on Hornet. Sorry if I butchered that. Heterosexual people are not being oppressed anywhere in the world. End of story. And I think it's equally important to add here that calling someone out for being transphobic is not and never will be oppression. Also, to be clear, gender identity and sexuality are wholly different constructs. Many trans people are indeed heterosexual. Again, just really goes to show how uneducated she is. And then she goes, I have a question. How can I be transphobic if I'm Bow Wow? Wow, that makes so much sense, Lil Mama. I understand that having hundreds upon hundreds of people attacking you all at once online can feel pretty overwhelming and makes you want to just be defensive instead of actually listening to what some of them are saying. But please listen to what some of them are saying. Listen to the people who aren't actually attacking you and are genuinely trying to educate you, because clearly you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, babe. And it's really not that hard to educate yourself. One simple Google search and bam, articles on articles. Almost all children begin expressing their gender identity at around 2 to 3 years old. They do this in the way they talk about themselves and through the clothes they choose. Children can be very firm about their gender from an early age. For example, toddlers often proclaim, I'm a boy or I'm a girl. If your child hasn't reached puberty, the professionals supporting your child might work with your family to help you understand your child's experience and support your child. Support your child to understand their gender identity. Support your child to affirm their gender where appropriate. There are 2 stages of medical treatment for children who want to transition medically. Stage 1 is medication to put puberty on hold so your child has time to decide about future treatment. This treatment is mostly used in early puberty. It stops the physical changes of puberty and can be reversed. Stage 2 is hormone treatment to change your child's body to be more consistent with your child's gender identity. It's appropriate for some older teenagers. And those were all excerpts from good old raisingchildren.net.au, the Australian parenting website. Still working on my Aussie accent. I'm so sorry to all the Aussies watching this. So no, Lil Mama, kids don't just get their genitals cut off at age 10. And sure, kids may not fully know themselves and all of what they like yet, but seeing how most children begin expressing their gender identity at around age 2 or 3, I would think they're smart enough to know at the very least if they feel like a boy or a girl or neither. I mean, kids are fucking stupid, don't get me wrong, but they still have tiny little brains, which is apparently more than what you have, Lil Mama. Please stop spreading harmful misinformation and trying to disguise it as just an opinion. We really shouldn't still be having to explain this shit to grown-ass people. And Lil Mama, at your big-ass age, you should know better. Anyway, child, let me know what you all think in the comments. Make sure you like this video if you're not transphobic. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, which I'm sure most of you haven't, because this is a new channel that I had to make, and I only have like 3 subscribers now, so that's fucking awesome. Sick. Follow my socials, they'll be listed down in the description box below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.